Chuck Zito is a longtime friend of the show. He, of course, was the head of the Hells Angels. I think he still is. I don't know.
Nomad chapter.
Nomad chapter. I don't even know what that means. I'm such a homo. I don't know anything. I'm not a real man. I don't even know what Nomad chapter means.
I don't either. I just know that.
Yeah, baby. But bring in Chuck because I have to ask him a bunch of questions. You know, Chuck is on the HBO series Oz.
Which is one of the greatest shows ever.
Yes, it is a great show. Sopranos is great.
I've been watching all the old episodes that, you know, they're getting ready to bring on the new season.
Sopranos is great, and so is Oz. And Chuck, wow, Chuck is in a suit. Yeah. What the hell is this? What happened to you? You don't look like any Hells Angels I've ever seen.
Now.
What are you, a businessman now? Oh, what is this? Where's your leather? You're a Hells Angel.
He's in disguise.
I left the leather home. This is for Robin.
Oh.
Really?
Every time I come on a show, I hardly wear any clothes.
I like when you don't wear any clothes. What are you talking about? You got dressed for me?
Oh, now you tell me.
Chuck, why a suit and tie? This is crazy. I mean, you're a Hells Angel.
Oh,
are you changing your image?
No, not at all.
Really?
We get dressed once in a while.
Well, Chuck Zito is a very handsome man.
He has a royal we.
Well, he is royalty. You don't become the head of the Hells Angels.
We get dressed every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to clear this up now. I'm not the head of the Hells Angels.
You are the head of the Nomad division.
Well, I was the president. I used to be.
The president? What, is there a term limit? I mean,
now you're just a user? What are you talking about?
Now I'm just a member.
What happened that you gave up your presidency? Why would you do that?
Well, what's happened is because I'm my career and everything, I'm
he doesn't
hardly
have time for his
there,
duties.
and it's not fair to them or me.
You don't have time for your duties?
Whatever.
But you're still a Hells Angel.
Yes, I'm still a Hells Angel.
How do you lose the presidency? Does somebody have to beat you up?
It's like animals who have to fight each other, right?
It's just a vote. They vote somebody else in, and I step down. And
oh, you stepped down. It was like you were voted out. The guys would never do that to you.
No, they could, but I stepped down, and somebody else is president now.
So do people still call you Mr. President when you go over to the Hells Angels Club?
Are you always the president?
No. Yeah, like in the President of the United States is always Mr. President.
Mr. President. Oh.
Yeah, and when you're the president of the Hells Angels, what duties do you have to perform?
Yeah, how busy are you with that?
Well, you know, it's in every charter, they have their own offices, president, vice president, so forth.
Understood.
And you just go to meetings and
what do you do?
Didn't have
meetings
time?
and
do you settle disputes?
No, it's
like let's say one of the guys is mad at another guy. Let's say one guy is like spit on another guy's bike or took his girlfriend. Would it be settled there?
He takes his girlfriend. He's out of the club.
Really?
He's thrown out of the club. Yeah.
You're telling me if a Hells Angel steals another guy's girlfriend or dates another guy's girlfriend, he's immediately thrown out of the club?
Oh yeah.
Didn't know it was
they
that
have respect
strict.
for each other.
It's mandatory.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like that. I believe
girlfriend or wife, you're out of the club.
I have never been in a gang, but
it's a club. It's
club, whatever you want to call it. I have never been in a club, but I go by that rule. You do not take another man's woman.
Well, you don't take your woman.
Right.
If you could get other.
Right. You don't take my woman.
Yeah, well,
right.
That's your
the whole
club
thing
rule.
with the club is respect first.
You should remember that, Chuck, by the way. You don't take my woman, okay? All right.
I would never do that.
All right, thank you. All right.
I don't mess with somebody else's wife or girlfriend.
Really? Yeah. Now, what's with you? You are single now, aren't you?
I wish other people...
No, you have wives and girlfriends.
No more wife.
No more wife?
No more wife.
No, he is single now.
What happened to the wife? Is she still with us?
Yeah, are you going to have her
somewhere out there?
Is she going to disappear, or is she going to be... No, she's fine. She's a good woman.
She's fine.
Right.
You got kids and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He's an amazing man. You don't know. Chuck has a beautiful daughter.
Right.
Yes.
Who's very talented and bright.
I knew that.
Who's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Right. So when you were head of the Hells Angels Nomad division.
Nomad, yeah.
In other words, the different divisions.
Well, I used to be New York City.
Right.
New York City was take care of the 5 boroughs. A nomad means you're not from one area, you roam.
Right.
So we used to roam the whole state.
So in other words, you were not affiliated with New York City necessarily. You guys roamed.
The whole state.
Right.
The whole state.
All right. My charter.
Wow.
But we're all Hells Angels. The top rocker says the same.
You know what it is to be the president of Hells Angels? How many asses you have to kick and how much respect you have to have? I mean, seriously, this is not some small feat. Don't sit there and think it's like some kind of club where you get elected president. Right. You got to do a lot of crap.
Not like the Moose Lodge.
Yeah, you got to prove yourself in many different ways. Is that not true, Chuck?
I don't know.
They ate the raccoons.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this again.
Yeah.
Every time I'm here about the club.
You got to almost beat up everyone to become the president of the Nomad division.
He was roaming the whole state.
The whole state.
That is considered one of the most prestigious divisions of the Hells Angels, is it not? Seriously, the Nomad division of New York State.
Well, they're all the same. I mean,
they are. Oh, I didn't realize that.
A nomad is just he roams and does what he wants.
You do whatever you want.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. Now,
still, he won't even tell us the duties of the president. That was probably...
Yeah, what does the president do? Like, do you settle disputes? Like, let's say a guy comes to you and he says, listen, this guy's getting in on my action, whatever the action is. And you have to say, hey, listen, this is not correct. Like, almost like the Godfather.
What do you mean, between two Hells Angels?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they just go in the back room, backyard, wherever, and settle it themselves.
They do.
But you got to make sure it's a fair fight.
Well, it'll be a fair fight. I mean, you can't use weapons on each other.
Right.
Right. If a Hells Angel uses weapons on another Hells Angel, he's immediately discarded from the...
discarded.
Good night, Irene.
It's good night, Irene.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You break a rule, you're out.
Discarded.
What are the rules? What rule would I break?
What rule will you break?
Yeah.
Oh, we have certain rules. Say you have a fight with somebody, you don't knock them down, it's $5. $5 fine.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's the funniest rule I ever heard.
It's not a funny rule. You got to learn how to hit hard, that's all.
Wow.
But, of course...
I could never be in this group, could I? I would never be accepted.
You could be the girlfriend of one of them.
I'd hardly be in the conversation.
And if you're caught in homosexual activity, they probably throw you out, too, right? I mean, it's not that.
Forget about it.
There's no homosexuals in the Hells Angels?
Come on.
What's that fine?
Here's a new frontier.
That fine is severe.
Right. I want those gay bikers out there to start going to the club.
So you don't think there's any gays in the if a guy is gay, it's going to happen.
Suppose you walk in.
Yeah. Suppose you walk in, yeah.
And you see one Hells Angel bent over a table.
Taking it from another Hells Angel. What would happen? What would you have to do as president?
Come on now we're getting disrespectful here.
No, what would you have to do? Seriously, Chuck. You would have to step in.
Huh?
You would have to separate them. Would you separate them?
With the crowbar.
Okay.
No, what you're saying is that the Hells...
We're off the subject.
No, what I'm saying is the Hells Angels are men. They are real men. Well,
you got to be a man first before you're Hells Angel.
Right. And you have to prove that you're a man. Yeah, exactly. All right. So now this is interesting because now you've taken your Hells Angels credo and you've stamped it onto a television show because they've asked you, and tell me this, is this show now going into production?
We're going to shoot the show in June.
All right. It's called Street Court.
It's called Street Court.
Now, this is where, instead of Judge Judy, you are Judge Judy. Where a Hells Angel president...
called like Judge Mills Lane instead of Judge Judy.
All right, now, are you wearing a robe and all that?
Oh, hey. So what are you doing?
Next Hells Angel?
That was my God and Savior. All right. So, are you the type of guy that will sit there in court?
Is it like a real courtroom?
Yeah. In other words, what do you in other words, you're qualified to do this because when you were president of the Nomad Division, you had to settle disputes. That's what I'm assuming.
Right. What it's going to be is instead of a robe, I'm wearing my long leather duster.
Oh, I love you in that. Can I say I love you in that? I love your long leather duster.
And instead of a courtroom...
Sometimes it's so long, it looks like... I ain't saying it is a dress. It's like a dress in a sense, right? The duster.
Well, it's a duster, yeah.
Right.
So, if people know what it looks like...
Yeah, you're going to have to beat up Jackie.
Easy.
We're going to clear out this room soon. I can see that.
All right, so you will wear your leather duster.
I'm going to wear my leather duster instead of a robe.
Go ahead.
Will you be bare-chested?
And shaved?
I might be.
Right. Now, you love to show off your masculine chest. I know that.
Wow.
Right. Go ahead.
And instead of a judge's chambers, it's going to be...
will there be anything under your duster at all when you do the show?
Anything under there?
Will you be nude under the duster? Like a judge is nude under the robe. So you're going to wear your...
funky today, Howard.
I know. You're going to wear your leather duster. Now, I want to understand the show because I like the concept. And believe me, no disrespect. Ever. You know.
These are all jokes.
These are all jokes, please. And not at your expense, only at mine.
But jokes I'm not even disrespectful.
Right. I'm not even fit to wear a leather duster.
No jokes are...
All right, you understand that. I am a woman.
That's not true, Robin.
All jokes show the ultimate respect.
I am a woman compared to you. Remember that. All right.
Okay.
All right.
And instead of a judge's chambers, it's going to be a stage set up like the street with all bricks and graffiti.
Right. So, now, what kind of disputes will they bring to you?
Yeah, what do they bring into you?
Just disputes. Say you're warring with your landlord or your neighbor or something. Say just one scenario. Two guys come in, one guy owes each other money.
Right.
I'm going to sit there
and listen.
Like 20 minutes say, hey, you know what, guys, you're boring me.
Right.
You're not getting your point across. So you're going to settle this, put the gloves on, jump in the ring, and duke it out.
Okay. So, in other words, unlike these other court shows,
right?
These guys... will have to fight. Just like you did in Hells Angels. Two guys have a dispute. Go out in the backyard and fight each other.
Settle it.
Well, what if you have two women?
Whatever. Put the gloves on. Have a wet T-shirt contest.
I've also heard
match.
that there
a wet T-shirt.
Whatever.
Right. Now, I've also heard that you even say that if you feel that someone in the courtroom is disrespecting you, you will kick the crap out of them.
Right.
You will beat them up.
How about this? Suppose...
Who would go on this show?
This is the funniest. Wait a minute. Suppose the guys get in the ring, and the guy who's wrong beats up the guy who's right.
Doesn't matter.
Will the judge then...
Well,
that's
have to take it out.
But will you ever rule on anything, or you always just tell people to beat each other up?
No, I'll rule on a lot of things.
You will rule.
Each thing's gonna be a different scenario. You know.
But you might have to
kick. You won't always go to the ring.
But you might have to kick a guy's ass occasionally.
Sure. Well, say another scenario. Say a guy's abusing his kid or something, and
they would bring that to you.
Or well, whatever.
Well, why not? Why? What are you saying about Chuck? You saying he's not fit to rule on that?
Robin. We'll have to take the suit off.
You're going to have to give her some street justice. Yeah. You're packing some street justice in your pants right now, aren't you? Now, I saw a picture of you in the paper today. You were at the fight, the Lennox Lewis fight. Yeah, they say you're here with you're here with your new girlfriend, who is absolutely. She looks like Catherine Zeta-Jones. She has beautiful breasts. Her whole shirt is cut open. Who is this beautiful girl that you're now seeing? Who is that?
That is Heather McIntyre.
Really? Where'd you meet her?
I met her at his Macy Tuck Gimbals or what?
This is a beautiful... Is she an actress?
Yeah, she'll be. She's going to be the new Vanna White of Street Court.
Oh, I see. The new Vanna White.
Wow. She'll be the Vanna White of Street Court.
I don't know if you're handling your career exactly the way you should.
You want to know something? I think he's handling it exactly right.
No, because the moment he breaks up with her, she's still on Street Court.
No. He'll kick her ass, and that'll be the end of it.
He'll be disputing.
Is this your girlfriend now? Are you dating? Are you officially dating, or are you still...
Well, that was my date for the fight, and we'll...
Oh, you're not essing where you eat.
But, Chuck, is it difficult? I mean, you just got out of a long marriage. Is it hard for you to date, hard for you to get back in the saddle, so to speak?
Well, it was, yeah. I'm trying to get over it, and I'm getting over it.
How long has the breakup been?
And she's making me get over it.
But how long has he been broken up, Howard? I don't know anything about
this. This is a very recent separation, am I correct?
It's been 16 months now.
And then I read in the paper you got arrested or something over this?
Oh, here we go.
No, really, what happened with that, Chuck? Seriously. Can you bring that up, or you can't talk about it? What happened? Did you get framed? I know you're a gentleman.
Or were you doing research for us?
What happened? What was that about?
I was in the paper. Well, my ex had a protection order against me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You would never hurt anybody.
She heard he was in the Hells Angels.
She read in the paper.
No, she knew that for a long time.
There's a bit. I mean, you would never.
I went to my home,
right?
Because I was thrown out of my home by a judge,
right?
You went to your home because it's yours.
Yeah,
right.
So
in a way, you've learned.
Got to realize I left that out of my house with a garbage bag full of clothes, and everything I own is stolen out of the house. So I went over there, and I wanted to get arrested.
The ex-president of the Hells Angels with a garbage bag of clothes?
This is pretty funny. You were beaten by a judge?
Well, that's why I'm getting my street justice back.
Did O.J. call you with advice? Actually, you heard from him. No, but in other words, look what the judge has done to you.
Yeah.
You will be a little bit more fair as the judge of your new TV show.
You're telling me no wonder you got voted out. The president of the Hells Angels was walking around with a garbage bag?
No. Come on. Please, Robin. That is completely wrong. Set her straight, Chuck. Please do. Chuck, set her straight.
Actually, that's all I got, a garbage bag full of clothes.
You mean she's right? It's hard to believe. But so this is a new role for you, being single, a man out on the town, and you're trying to drown your sorrows by dating a new woman.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good.
And she's getting it off my mind, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you something. If I was married to you, Chuck, I'd never get a restraining order. I couldn't get enough of you. I'd be afraid to get a restraining order against you. What does that mean, restraining order, though? You can't go near your house?
Yeah.
Because, in other words, they don't want you going back to the house because now you're separated.
But wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what?
They don't just hand out restraining orders.
Sure they do.
Well, they handed one to me.
Because he went back to get his stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Hey, I'm asking Chuck.
Don't offend Chuck.
I don't know.
You didn't do anything, right?
She got a restraining order against me.
Wait a minute. You called and you said, I'm coming to get my stuff?
No, I just showed up.
And you knocked on the door?
No.
What? You didn't knock. You tore the door open.
Actually, I was waiting across the street in the car. She wasn't home.
Oh, she wasn't. So there, that's nothing.
I think there's more to the story.
I think you're trying to get all our answers.
I don't even, you know what, Chuck? I don't even want to know.
You read the paper.
It's none of my business.
It was in the paper. All of a sudden.
I don't want to know. It's your business. Your business. Your private business.
Yeah, well, I wish
Did you
the media
say
did that.
anything to her?
No, not really. I pulled in a driveway and I broke the order and called the cops. And
But wait a minute, I want to know before the order, why was there an order? You got to say, I'm afraid of this man.
No.
He's done this.
No one's afraid of Chuck. Chuck's never done anything bad.
I'm asking Chuck, because she could have made
I don't
it
know.
up.
I didn't.
just want to know why a restraining order was issued.
Well, of course, she made it up to get it, so.
Right.
What did she say about you?
She was never touched.
That's right. Sometimes
she claimed that you had touched her?
No. Here's the deal.
No.
Let me say something.
What?
Let me say something.
Okay. Because you know
This man,
I don't know
this man
anything
worked very hard to get his house. All he wanted to do was go collect his belongings.
Yes, I understand.
Then all of a sudden, a woman says you
Is it wrong
can't.
for a man to collect his
This
belongings?
man should be revered, not chastised by his wife.
Simply trying to find out how these things go so wrong.
In Chuck's case, he was framed, and that's the end of it. Am I right, Chuck? Right.
I'm a victim of circumstances.
He was a victim of circumstances.
Okay, I gotta
He is right, and she was wrong.
It's a crazy situation.
Another question.
Okay.
As the relationship was falling apart,
Yeah.
would you say that there were arguments?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Well, I think everybody in a relationship have an argument once in a while.
Right.
And were these arguments, would you characterize them as heated?
Heated? Well, it depends. Sometimes we had in the kitchen. It was hot in there.
Right.
Sometimes.
But were voices raised?
Where are you going with this?
Chuck
didn't do anything.
Were threats made?
No.
No, not at all.
Of course not. Chuck would never do that.
Sometimes, Chuck, even if you couldn't threaten a person without actually saying anything.
No. He would not do that.
I don't think I have to.
This guy's a legitimate career.
Look.
Look, please, stop.
I need
Stop.
to know.
Robin, you should really quiet down. All right, now, Chuck, let me ask you a question.
Personal and
your career, that's right. Listen, your marriage is over. It's time for you to date. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
It's time to move on.
I met somebody and
you're in love.
I'm dating.
Are you in love?
Well, it's too early to know.
Is the restraining order still in effect?
Come on, stop it. What is the point?
Well, if you really want to know, Robin, I had to go to court yesterday, and I reinstated for another year.
No wonder you're wearing a suit. Now, Chuck, when is the new TV? Chuck Zito wants you to know if you have a dispute and you would like it settled in street court.
Street court.
You can email him at 2 productions at AOL.com.
All right.
Also, Chuck will be coming out with his own fitness and self-defense video.
Yeah, we shoot that.
You're going to shoot that with Robin, aren't you?
I might.
Right.
I might. She keeps asking me these questions. She's going to be on that video.
I thought of a show for you. And now I see how big a star you are. I'm starting to think of shows for you. What do you think of this? Chuck Zito Makeover. Now listen to this. This is every week you take a really effeminate guy and you turn him into a man. Wow. Because you are the manliest guy I know.
Uh-huh.
Now, here is my idea. Mark Harris. You know this guy, Mark Harris? You ever seen him?
You think I was a pro?
I saw him on your show.
Right, wait. Look at this.
I saw him on your show.
Oh, my God. He's all gray.
Oh, my God.
Chuck,
I love it.
Chuck, and don't sit close to Chuck because you'll end up dead.
Is there anything you can do with this, Chuck?
Wait. Chuck, take a look at this guy. All right. He's like a gay George Clooney.
What?
Right. I said you're like the gay George Clooney.
Thank you. Good morning, Howard.
Right. All right. Mark.
Yes.
I have an idea for a show.
Oh, go.
You love shows.
All right. Chuck Zito. Yes. Chuck Zito, who is he's the opposite of you. He is all man.
Oh, wow.
He's 100% man.
Hello, John Wayne.
Shh, don't even yell at Chuck.
Who's yelling?
Because Chuck will just punch you in the face and knock you out.
Do you see this show coming together, Chuck?
Chuck, what do you think of this? You take Mark Harris and you turn him into a man. You take him shopping. You take him down to the clubhouse. You know what I'm talking about?
Introduce him to the guy.
Introduce the guy. Get rid of that gay hairdo. Put him in leather.
Hair.
Put him in. No, not chaps.
Saddle, the whole deal.
No.
Right.
I'm saying if Chuck could turn you into a man, it would be the greatest show ever.
Howard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not a show. That's a miniseries.
It's a real contest because Chuck could be changed.
Right. No, Chuck would not change. Chuck, you would never even look. You would never even, like, if I offered you $1 million to kiss a man, would you do it?
No.
Right.
Wait a minute. Let me ask.
If I offered you $1 million to even kiss a picture of a man, would you do it?
Kiss a picture of a man?
A picture of a man.
For $1 million?
Right.
Get that cash up, pal.
Really? You kiss a picture? A picture? You would kiss a picture of a man?
A picture.
Nothing.
A picture of
But you're an actor now.
Yes.
And you're in a prison. You're in a prison drama.
Right.
Occasionally, in these dramas,
yes,
you know, these guys are kissing other guys.
Would you do that in the show Oz if they make you kiss another man?
No, I have a stipulation with Tom Fontana already.
Do you really?
And he said, I want to see how far I can push your buttons next year and see how far I can take you.
Oh, really?
I said, I don't get raped and I don't do no rapes.
Really?
If you can live with that, I'm on the show.
Even though you're an actor.
Hey, I'm an actor.
And we would all understand that it was your character. It wouldn't be the real Chuck Zito.
Oh, so it would just be acting.
It would just be acting.
He said, that's acting.
Right.
I said, then I'll never be an actor.
Right. Your character would never kiss another man.
Wow.
No. I understand that.
Especially behind bars.
Right. Now,
and there was things that they wanted me to do in regular movies I didn't do.
Yeah,
right.
like what?
Like what?
In one movie called Redline with Michael Madsen and Chad McQueen, he holds a gun to my head. I'm supposed to be this biker, this bad biker. He holds a gun to my head and he tells me to get on the floor in the script.
Right.
So, of course, I waited till I was in the can a little, you know, on film.
Right.
So they can't just fire me and get somebody else.
Right.
So when that scene came, it says, I ain't doing it.
Wow.
So the director says, what do you mean? It's in the script. I said, I'm not doing it.
You're 100% man.
What about Howard's show, Son of a Beach?
Be quiet, Mark, please. I'm talking to... I'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt my conversation. You don't even understand. You don't even understand who you're interrupting.
I don't understand.
So, please, sit quiet for your own good.
You're right.
All right?
I said, I can live with... I said, tell him... Let me say, hey, another tough guy with the gun. Put the gun down. We'll both step outside. I want to see what you're made of.
All right, wait a second.
And when
so
I turn around, let him hit me over the head.
Wait a second. The script calls for you to they put a gun to your head and you pee in your pants.
Right.
There's no way you could walk back to the Hells Angels after being in a movie like that.
It's not even the Hells Angels. I'm not doing it.
Your character is not doing it.
So here they had filmed a whole bunch of stuff already.
Right.
They couldn't turn back.
Right.
And you said, I'm not peeing in my pants. And Chuck Zito is not going to get on his knees in front of another man.
Right.
Right. So how did they rewrite the script? Take me through it.
So they rewrote it. I says, let me tell him that here's another tough guy with the gun.
Right.
Put the gun down. We'll both step outside and we'll see what you made of. When I turn around, let him hit me over the head. I can live with that.
That you can live with.
So that's what happened.
Okay. So you stand up. You go to walk outside, even though you'd never turn your back on an enemy, and then he smacks you in the back of the head.
He
and
hits
then
me over the head with the gun.
I see. Wow.
And then
and you can never imagine characters.
And the same. I had this director going crazy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the movie,
yes,
I'm in a bar playing pool with some girl, and my ex-girlfriend comes in.
Yes.
Who hooked up with Chad McQueen.
Right.
And the bartender says, hey, he's over there. She goes, well, didn't you tell him? So I walked over. I said, come on, we're leaving. She goes, hey, it's over. I said, it's over when I say it's over. Now she's supposed to turn around, punch me in the face.
A girl.
No, first she's supposed to kick me in the balls and punch me in the face.
Yeah.
And knock me out. I said, that's not happening.
Right.
So the director goes, what do you mean?
It's in the script.
He goes, what do you want to do, Chuck?
How did you rewrite the scene?
So we rewrote the script. And where I says, let her be standing at the bar, let her have a beer bottle. So when I grab her, I'll turn her around, and I'll start to walk away, and she'll hit me over the head with the beer bottle.
So all the time you're turning around and falling for the same thing.
Falling for the same thing. I'd rather fall for that.
But, I mean, each time it's the same exact scenario. Maybe you think a new scenario would come up.
On that scene, we were going to put a bald spot with an X on my head for the other one.
So you turn around and the girl hits you over the head with a bottle.
She hit me over the head.
And that you could live with.
I get up. And
what is the name of this movie? I need to rent it.
Redline.
Redline. I'm going to get it because now I have to see it.
Chad McQueen, Michael Madsen, Dom DeLuise, and Jan Michael Vincent.
Wow. Oh, boy.
It's called Redline.
That's a hell of a cast. Yeah.
So
now, I see Mark Harris is staring at you like a woman stares at a man when she's in love.
He must
Are you attracted to Chuck Zito?
Actually, me and Mark met years ago when I came to see Liza Minnelli.
Oh, you went to see Liza Minnelli, Chuck?
I never saw Liza.
You never saw Liza?
Honest, no.
Oh, who was the... I'm sorry, I have you mixed up with somebody else.
It's a different homo.
Same.
You saying all gay people look the same, Chuck?
Liza Minnelli.
All gay people look the same. Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
What was he doing at a Liza Minnelli?
Chuck, why would you be... Chuck, you were...
I thought...
Chuck,
well, some guy looks like you, man.
Chuck, you would be, it's shocking to know you'd be at a Liza Minnelli concert. I would think that you're too manly.
I worked for Liza for 10 years.
Oh, you were a bodyguard. Oh, that's different. That's, sorry. Absolutely.
You think you'd get the director to take that out of
I thought that.
No, really, I thought I have you confused with somebody else. I thought you were there.
No, you are obviously in love with Chuck, Mark. I could see from the look in your eye. Yeah, I mean, you want to have sex with Chuck. It's not going to happen. I'm just telling you that right now.
Just get off the red eye. What's with this want to have sex?
No, I could see you staring at Chuck like you're in love.
Really?
Yeah, I could see it. I could see where you'd be attracted to him. He's very muscular. Very handsome man.
And what's your point?
Chuck,
I mean,
Chuck can't get far enough in that corner.
Chuck makes John Wayne look like a homo. So you understand that you can't have him.
Well, different strokes.
The Duke a homo?
No, I'm saying you're much more masculine than the Duke.
But what about this show? Do you think you could make him into a man?
If we sent you out one day, Chuck.
Right now,
I think he is a man. I mean,
you think he's a man?
I don't know.
Who? Me?
You.
I feel like Charlie McCarthy.
Right. You see that he's very feminine, right? I mean, you can see that.
I don't know the man.
But you can tell.
Look at him.
Sing a song, Mark, for Chuck, please.
I look at him. I think guys look worse than him.
No.
Oh, yeah, worse. Worse. I just look worse.
Mark, sing a song for Chuck.
For the Italian guy?
Yeah, sing the... All right, so you could see he's very feminine, right?
You would ask an Italian when I'm singing Italian if I'm
No, but you could see that he's very feminine, right, Chuck? Seriously.
Do you think if you put him in a different kind of clothes?
Who do I look like, Elizabeth Taylor or Liberace?
You look like both.
Yeah,
Chuck, could you turn him into a man?
Yeah,
would you do a makeover?
I'm happy the way I am.
You would not do a makeover on him?
No.
You would not.
Wow. See?
It'd be a waste of time, huh?
Happiness.
Everybody's their own person.
Mark is looking at Chuck like an Ethiopian looks at a pork chop. I mean, you want to make love to Chuck Zito. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's just not going to happen.
You know your favorite thing to do is take a straight guy like Chuck and change him.
My favorite thing is Saturday night CBS show was so fabulous that when I saw you in animation, seriously, when I saw Robin in animation, I got hot.
You realize if you were in a room with Chuck alone and you came on to him, he would just snap your penis right off?
Would that be in or out of jail?
He would just break it off. And
in or out of jail, Wharton?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm telling you right now.
Snap his neck, not that. You know.
Dominic, this is Dominic. He wants to join the Hells Angels. Go ahead, Dominic.
Yeah, how you doing, Chuck?
All right.
Yeah, I met you up at the Super Sunday one year. You would take a photo shoot on a couple of bikes. And I always wanted to, I was always thinking about joining. I was wondering if there's any chapters up in Rockland and how I go about doing that.
Well, the chapter up at Rockland would be the Nomads.
Uh-huh.
So...
And where are they based at?
You would just go to a Nomad, my charter right now, and...
how do they find you?
Come a Hells Angel.
Yeah, where do they post the meeting?
Yeah, where do we go to, like, join the club?
Well, like you said, you saw me at Super Sunday. We go to all these functions, and you would just approach a Hells Angel and say you want to become...
Are you a tough guy?
Well, I can hold my own.
Is there an age limit? I mean, for joining?
Well, you got to be 21 and have a Harley Davidson. That's how you start.
Right.
I'm 38. I've been riding my whole life. And
38?
That's cool,
I also
man.
got left out in the street with a bag of clothes myself one year.
Oh, here we go. You got
you're in.
You got the balls to fight a guy like Chuck?
Yeah,
I don't think I'm his size. I'm about 5'6", 165 pounds. I can hold my own.
You could.
You ain't got to fight. You just got to be a man first, and that's all.
Yeah, but Mark, that leaves you out.
That part about holding your own, I could relate.
Yeah, you've held your own enough.
I've held my own.
But
you've held everybody's.
But Dominic, that's what's in your heart. You go approach a Hells Angel when you see one, and you take it from there.
Would they beat him up if he's a big...
no, not at all.
If he's a douchebag?
No.
No? All right.
Excuse me?
How long is the pledge for?
Well, that's up to each individual. That's each individual. It takes a mandatory year to be a prospect.
Okay.
Whatever.
A year.
To be a prospect.
So many rules, Chuck. So many rules.
That's why we're the biggest and the best club in the world. So.
Is there a lot of time involved? You have to put a lot of time in, or?
Yeah, a lot of charity work.
Well, you got to sell cookies door to door. Dude, it's not simple. I think you got to do stuff.
What is that initiation like, man? I just can't even imagine.
A lot of guys say, first thing you got to do is you got to get naked. They tie you up and they move their bowels on you. That's number one. Are you man enough to take that?
I could probably handle it.
Mark Harris could take that.
Now he wants to join.
Yeah. Mark could never be in the Hells Angels, though, could he, Chuck? Mark Harris.
I never know till you try. I don't know Mark Harris. That's why it is a prospect period, so you find out who's who.
There's the guy sitting right next to you.
There he is.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be in the Hells Angels. That's okay. Pass.
Every man wants to be in the Hells Angels.
Man, you know, I mean, Hells Angels?
Sure, every man dreams of that. I'm not good enough.
Isn't it good enough that he does a good eyeliner?
Yeah. Chuck, any of the guys? Mark could do your makeup and stuff.
An eyeliner.
Why did you stop dyeing your hair, Mark Harris?
Because of Robin.
Yeah.
Well, I told him that shoe-polished black hair was ridiculous.
Yeah. Right. You look better. Yeah. You look better with it, Greg.
Older.
You look older.
See, I wore a suit for Robin today. She'd rather see me naked, she said.
Right. Well, everybody enjoys seeing you naked, Chuck. All right, let's go. Dominic Barber, the lawyer, is on the phone. Go ahead, Dominic.
First of all, I saw Chuck in court and spoke to him.
Oh.
And the charges against him were no one else would have been arrested for. So it was held against him. He was a celebrity. But I have an idea for a TV show, which I think I can get the backing. Put Chuck and Mark Harris on an island.
Oh, Survivor.
For 30 days. At the end of 30 days, we see either they both come out men
or they both come out women.
Right. Thank you.
Would that be a musical?
Thank you.
It won't take 30 seconds.
Right.
Dominic.
Well, Dominic, who is one of the most famous attorneys in the country, says you were, this was ridiculous.
It was a celebrity.
Because you were a celebrity.
I saw him because I have charges against me in Smithtown, Long Island.
I see. But it's all straightened out.
What charges?
What kind of charges?
It's a whole...
It's a mistake, a misunderstanding?
Mistaken identity.
If you need any help from me, you just ask.
Uh-huh.
You understand? Yeah. Because I know you're innocent. I don't care what the charges
we
are.
don't see you for a while. All hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. You won't believe
you're innocent.
What happened in my life since you last saw me.
Why are these things happening? So much good is going on in your life.
I thought so, yeah.
Right. Well, all right. Everything was
Did you know your marriage was going bad?
You know what? You're the last to know.
Not until 16 months ago.
Wow.
Right.
See, it's always a surprise, a shock.
You know, Mark was married.
A few times.
Yes.
I just asked Nancy Sinatra if she'd marry me.
Is she out there?
Yeah, she's out.
Nancy Sinatra wanted to come by and say hello to me with her kids.
Really?
Yeah.
She's out there, too. What's going on? Everybody's showing up today.
Yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
Walking.
It's a boots are made for walking. That's right, Chuck.
That's what you...
By the way, Chuck, I don't believe any of the evidence against you in this case.
Let me ask Chuck another question, because he is doing this court show, Street Justice. Suppose Mark and one of his friends comes in
and they have to fight it out.
Like, arguing over some dress or something.
What dress? A
pair of panties.
Chuck will let them scratch each other.
Well, Chuck, once again...
This is going to be a wild show, I'll tell you that.
Isn't that a great show, Mark? Say it's a great show, or I'll come over and kick your ass. No, I'm not the executive producer.
But please do the animation.
Not of Street Court.
But this show's going to be wild.
You have the great graphics on your set. Do those graphics.
Be quiet. Chuck is talking. Shut up.
There's going to be a lot of, I think, a lot of insurance taken out of the show and a lot of waivers.
Yeah, I'm very worried that people are going to die on the show, actually.
Well, they won't die. I mean, they'll come out with a... fat lip and a bloody nose, maybe.
Wow.
I do have this...
The interviews afterward?
Right. Jerry, you're on the... Please be quiet, Mark. Please.
Don't stick your tongue out like that in front of Mark.
Oops.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's his ring.
You're turning him on. Jerry, you're on the air.
Hey, listen, Howard, these guys, they're no white knights, man. A lot of these guys are like drug dealers, pimps.
Who?
Who? The Hells Angels, you jerk.
No. How dare you?
Chuck, would you answer that?
Chuck, please put this guy in his place. Let him come down here and say that.
Sure. I can say that.
All right, go ahead.
You know what? It is a motorcycle club, and everybody's an individual. And what people do on their own time, and I'm not going to deny certain people in the club don't sell drugs, but that's for their own personal gain and profit.
You would never condone that.
But just because they're in the club, they condemn the whole club. And not that individual.
Chuck, on this new show you're doing, will you dress your girlfriend in hot outfits? Will she be almost nude?
Well, what we're going to do is she's going to be, Heather McIntyre is going to be the new Vanna White of Street Court. And
right.
There are no letters to turn.
We're going to. Well, Vanna became famous just because she was there. So
yeah.
Will she wear a thong ever? No, it'll be bailiffs, and what it's going to be is when they take me to the podium.
She'll wear different gowns.
They're going to be like a cop's uniform, but with shorts and
nice,
hot
class. I love it.
Cut tops and
beautiful,
very sexy looking.
Right, Mark Harris loves you. That day. Mark Harris is in love with you.
The ring. Look at that ring he's wearing.
Wait a minute, have they sold this?
Actually, Liberace kissed that ring.
Can I kiss it? Yeah, kiss your ring.
Look, will you let Mark Harris kiss your ring?
Mine.
Will you let? He ain't
I don't
kissing yours.
kiss nobody's ring, man. I'll tell you what, you keep it up, you're going to have 2 rings around your eyes.
I just got off the red eye. I know you're joking. I know people, too. Don't get crazy.
All right.
I'm from Brooklyn.
And why don't we have Nancy Sinatra come in?
She's pretty.
Great.
You know, do you know that Frank Sinatra didn't really leave that much money to his daughter?
He left it all to the wife, right?
Yeah. Where's Nancy? She come in? She would come in? I was on a plane with Barbara Sinatra, Frank's wife. I saw her on the plane. She looked like she got all the money. She had a big smile on her
Barbara
face.
Marx. Is that
That's right.
So what do you leave it to?
He left some money to charity. He left the bulk of his estate to Barbara Sinatra, the wife. The first wife only got about $100,000. Nancy, the one who really loves him.
Yeah, but she got the...
Oh, look at her. Nancy Sinatra. Hey, take a seat. How you doing? This is great. Look at it. Yeah, later. Take a seat. Nancy, you know Mark Harris, Chuck Zito?
Yeah, hi, Chuck. Are you a member of Rolling Thunder?
No. I'm a member of the Hells Angels.
I think Mark Harris has had a little Rolling Thunder.
The Hells Angels, a lot of them are Rolling Thunder.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's a great organization.
Do you know anything about Rolling Thunder?
For veterans.
Just one of my brothers, Brendan's bike is named Rolling Thunder.
Really? You never heard of this?
Vietnam veterans.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nancy, were you mad at your dad for not leaving you more money? He only left you $1 million.
This is my daughter, Amanda.
Oh, Amanda, hello. How you doing? You
Amanda.
come from a great family.
Yeah.
But you should have been left more money. You were not left a lot of money. In fact, Nancy, your 2 kids are the only grandchildren of Frank Sinatra.
No, my brother has a son named Michael.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But the point is that the grandkids didn't get that much money from Frank.
Well, that's not settled. None of that's settled yet.
It isn't?
It's all up in the air.
I thought he put a clause in that you can't
Where are you,
contest.
Robin?
She's back there.
Remember the clause you can't contest the will or you get cut out completely?
If Frank made a will, in fact, I'm going to make a will like this.
This is a brilliant will.
Why are we talking about this?
Come on, you have to talk about this. Because I want to make sure you get justice. And if I don't make sure you get justice, Chuck will take it over. If Chuck hears this, he might help you.
Can you imagine Nancy and Barbara?
What he's saying is Martha Ray left me more money.
Yes, that's true.
But
you know what I mean? Frank should have left you more. You are the daughter. I really believe this, by the way.
Let me tell you what he did. He was very smart. In 1984, he gave his children and grandchildren the license, the name and likeness licensing.
Right.
The trademark. He's trademarked. We control that.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
That's worth millions?
I would think so over a period of time. Sure.
They got to build that money.
That's right.
Oh, I see.
We have to build it.
Yeah, but he had an estate of $150 million.
No, I don't.
Yes. And Barbara got it all.
Where do you learn all this stuff?
I studied it. I study everything.
They look up a lot of things.
Yeah, right, Chuck? We know everything. Believe me, some stuff we don't bring up. Only for Chuck. Right. Yeah, what is it?
You know what struck me as odd about the will? And it's funny because, my family's Italian, and they sit around and they talk about Frank and Nancy like they're part of our family.
Right.
Like my aunts and uncles will sit around and they'll talk about Jilly like they know who Jilly is.
Right.
Like he's a member. And they go, oh, Jilly did everything for Frank. Jilly's a great guy. And I saw in the will that Frank, Jilly died in a car accident in the early 90s, but he left Jilly $100,000.
Right.
And that was like his best friend in the whole world.
Yeah, but what do you owe your friend?
Right.
But your friend.
Family first. I'm saying Nancy Sinatra should have received the bulk of the estate with Frank Jr.
Absolutely. Well, he does have another daughter, Tina.
Forget Tina. No one cares about Tina. I'm saying Frank Jr. and Nancy.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, but you know what, Frank
and
Jr.
Tina.
In all fairness, Frank Jr. got all the sheet music.
Why did Frank Jr. get the sheet music?
It doesn't mean anything. Everybody and his brother's using all the charts all over the world.
They are?
It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
Trying to keep control of all of that.
Yeah, but still, you should have gotten an equal split.
No, Frank.
I don't like it. I think that was a very controlling thing of your father to do.
Did he give you a lot of money while he was alive? Let's ask that.
Yes, he was generous. I'm not saying Frank wasn't generous.
Okay.
First of all, leaving the money to charity when you got 3 children, give it to the kids.
Well, I mean, he had a lot of money.
No.
When you went after Sammy after he died, I remember that.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Now, he was the louse.
Was a louse. I'm telling you, Chuck, because he didn't leave his wife and kids a dime. The guy had made millions of dollars. He went through it very selfishly. He didn't set up anything for them, no life insurance, nothing. And Altavis was running around looking for cash.
Thank God for Frank at that point.
It's a very uncaring man who does that. If you got an estate and you've got a show business career, say, gee, when I'm gone, I'm sitting smoking cigarettes like a fiend. When I'm gone, I'm going to save money for my kids and my wife so that they're taken care of. Right? Do you agree with that?
Right. So he spent all his money?
All of it.
People don't want to think they're going to die.
Well, maybe he knew he was going, so he spent all his money.
Yeah, but Chuck, you wouldn't do that.
Are you kidding?
Maybe he would. Well, if you did it, it would be all right.
No,
I would never say.
He just had a bag of clothes.
Chuck, if you die tomorrow, I wouldn't say a bad word about you.
I hope not.
No.
Howard, you know that beautiful song you put together, Frank Sinatra and I?
Yes.
It went to Capitol Records yesterday, and they told me...
You took it to Capitol Records.
You took it.
We emailed it, we spoke, and they said, now talk to the Sinatra family. They liked it. I swear.
Well, you can talk to Nancy later.
So proud of it.
As she's running out of the building.
You were so proud of it.
I am proud of
Nancy hear that?
You did a great job.
I should play for Nancy.
You should.
Yeah.
Nobody could believe it's me.
Right. Oh, believe me.
Listen, Howard, I have to tell you something. My daughter, Amanda, has been in love with all of you guys for years.
Really? Well, I'll marry you.
So happy to
How old are you?
I'm 24.
24? That's the age I date.
24.
Yeah. Me and Chuck date 24-year-olds.
How old are your daughters now?
I have next week she'll be 17 and a 14-year-old. Next week she'll be 14,
Isn't
and then I have
great?
a 7-year-old.
I love it. I love having two daughters.
Of course you do. Because you're a wonderful mother, and you deserved more money from the will. You're still contesting it, I hope.
What about that Frank Jr. who didn't have you at his wedding? What's going on?
Frank Jr. didn't have you to the wedding?
Wait, now.
That's an outrage.
Wait a minute.
Is that true?
He asked me to be his best man. I was in Washington, D.C.
That's an insult.
Will you knock it off? He was getting married in Houston.
Yes.
And there were hurricanes and tornado watches.
Boy, is he a good planner.
And,
Is he jealous of you?
No.
He is not?
He's a guy. No.
Because you were the famous one. You were the one who had boots and made for walking. You were in movies.
Because I listened to Amanda's grandfather when he told me to stay away from what he does. He said, stay away from what I do and you'll be okay.
Who said that?
Listen, my father.
Really?
Yeah.
He said stay away from what Frank Jr. does?
No, what he does.
Oh, what he does. Oh, I see. Oh, who cares about that? I want to know where the money is. I really do.
But Frank Jr., why didn't he get married before his father died?
You know why? Because his father was very controlling. Frank Sr. was very controlling. I would not have approved of Frank Jr.'s wife.
He let the girls get married.
Am I right, Chuck?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just know when we leave today, Chuck's going to kick someone's ass.
Getting in that mood.
You're getting in the mood.
No.
Can I say something about the Hells Angels?
Go ahead. Sure.
I love the Hells Angels. They've been friends, a lot of them friends of mine for 40 years. I love them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have you ever had, in front of your daughter, I don't like to ask this, but have you ever had sex with a Hells Angel?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You might have. You're not sure. It could have happened. Yes, but why do you love the Hells Angels?
Because they are good guys, and if you're in trouble, you need something, they are the guys to call.
Chuck, should I call you if I need help?
Of course.
Of course. I can call. I can count on you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
We tracked down a kid who was missing from the Forum in Los Angeles from a Grateful Dead
The Hells
concert.
Angels had him?
Right.
No. They didn't have her. They didn't have her. They didn't have her, but they found her.
Is that right?
They did find her.
They found her for her worried parents.
Wow.
Yeah. It took them 3 days, and they brought her home.
See, the good stories you never hear about us.
Right. You never hear that. That's nice to hear.
It's only the bad stories that stick in people's minds.
Right. So let me understand something. Nancy, you are in town doing what?
I'm visiting with my kids.
Visiting some kids.
Yeah.
Your kids live here? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. One of them does. My Amanda actually lives in Washington.
Right.
And AJ is my Hoboken kid.
Amanda, what's it like to be Frank Sinatra's granddaughter? Is this a great thing? Is this a great honor?
Do you try to keep it a secret?
Or is it a pain in the ass?
No, it's great. It has its good things, you know.
And it's bad
things, and it has its bad things.
What are the bad things? We've got to concentrate on that.
Yes, because we didn't have
Yeah, right. We never had
We
this.
like to think of it only as bad.
Yeah, my grandfather was Priam Stern. Nobody cared. But go ahead. You say that.
Bad things?
Yeah.
Usually when you have friends or you meet new people and they do find out.
Yes. Yeah. What happens?
You're not sure what their motivation is. That's
whether they like you or...
Right.
And guys, too. You have to...
And people who say, what is it like to be the granddaughter of
Right. But I read it in the will. Your grandfather left you $1 million.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Each grandchild got $1 million.
Nancy didn't tell
think
her.
so.
No.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, Nancy didn't tell her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nancy.
They're keeping it from me.
Or maybe, Nancy, it was you who got the $1 million. $1 million in the will.
Maybe my sister and I together. I don't
Really? What are you going to do with the cash? Because Chuck will help you spend it.
Well, you can meet your sister in street court, and you two can find it out.
But I would think the grandchildren would get millions. Don't you, Chuck?
Sure.
Right.
But you're missing the fact that my dad gave it all away when he was alive.
Really? I don't think I'm missing that. So you are a multimillionaire?
Me?
Yes. Your dad did not give you millions?
No.
I don't understand that.
No.
Why should Barbara get millions?
I am a middle-aged senior citizen woman, and if I can't take care of myself at this point, well, aren't I?
To me, you're not.
They send
Still
me
very, very desirable.
AARP thing comes to my house.
I get that, too.
You get that too, Mark? Yeah. Well, you get Martha Ray's AARP.
They think he's Martha Ray.
Right.
Well, I would think the royalties are even worth more now, right? Like Elvis, he's...
Yeah, we're doing very
worth so
well.
much money.
My
Really?
sister's doing a good job. She does most of that packaging and stuff.
So you get a check every year or something, or every couple of months?
Yeah,
That's
because we're
nice.
working hard to keep the product where young people, that's the challenge.
Where young people will be interested in Frank.
Well, we're doing our part. We did this duet.
We did a duet with Mark Harris and Frank Sinatra that maybe you should hear. We're doing our part. Yes.
I really hear that?
Yes,
Maybe
you should.
you want to take action against us.
You might want to sue us after you hear this. You got that, Fred? Oh, you don't have. Oh, we threw it out. I'm sorry. It's destroyed.
That's okay. I'm going to email it to him.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead. You're on the air. Oh, you do have it. Go ahead. Give it to me. This is it? All right. Here is Frank Sinatra and Mark Harris together singing. How do you keep
the music playing?
How do you keep the music playing?
How do you keep the music playing?
How do you make it last?
How do you keep the song from fading?
Look at Mark. He's in love with himself.
No, I'm in love with you.
I don't know where Frank is buried, but he just put his fingers in his ears. It's an insult, I know.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, I love it. It's wonderful. So how exciting to see Nancy Sinatra, who is in her own personal pain over the death of her father and the lack of money that he left her. I don't like it. The will was not fair. Chuck, I swear it was not fair. I don't think it was right.
I don't think so either.
Right.
I only provided for 2 of my daughters.
Why?
Because I don't like the other 3.
That's disgraceful.
5 daughters?
Right.
He has 5 daughters. I don't know when he made love to a woman.
I have 2 grandchildren.
You do?
You have a basketball team.
Right.
And some basket. No, seriously, I did.
They don't like you because you're gay?
No, they love me, I guess. No.
Why don't you like them? How dare you?
I gave their mother enough, my first wife, that she should provide for them.
I see. All right, well, that's your... Listen, that's
Just imagine you wind up being born the child of Mark Harris, and he decides he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that... Oh, Robin, you are so cool.
All right, let's review... Yes.
Amanda says your reception in Washington, D.C. on your station there is really lousy.
I believe it. And yet we're still number 1.
Can't be stopped.
I know. You know what it is? They have to put up challenges for me.
Gotta fix it.
And
right.
Do you know what cuts in on your broadcast is like a religious...
That's planned.
Well, God did that.
Where they play like an organ in the background.
Yeah.
God is great.
Really? In the middle of my broadcast?
In the middle of your broadcast.
Yeah, there's some justice in that.
And then it's funny because it's like, God, 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 and then someone comes in with like, you come back in saying like, wait, take your shirt off.
Mike, you want to say something?
Yeah, Howard, where's your respect for Chuck Zito?
What do you mean?
How can you bring a faggot like Mark Harris in the room as Chuck Zito?
And the guy doesn't even
Chuck
know
is
it.
handling. Chuck, are you insulted by Mark Harris being here? You're all right with it.
He's your guest.
Right, you don't care.
Yeah, but still, Howard.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, you're a creep. That's even on the radio.
Right. Yeah, Paul, go ahead. Yes, Paul. All right. Let's go to Jerome. Jerome, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
How you doing?
Yes.
Is this Howard?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. I just got a little, couldn't hear you that good.
Yes.
Hey, pull over. I'm working in my truck right now.
All right.
There you go. I got a couple, quick questions for Chuck.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm from New Jersey, right? A friend of mine, we were at a bar. I wanted to know, like, if you guys go around. I'm not sure. I'm not saying you guys, but I don't know if it's true or not. But these guys came in, some bikers. They dressed around. They thought they were around like they were claiming to be Hell's Angels.
I can't take it. You're boring me.
What in the world are you
goodbye.
talking about?
I'm sorry, Chuck. I can't put up with that. Yes, Rob. Go ahead. You're on the air. Yes, Rob. No, Rob. Nancy, will you be doing any more Playboy? You were in Playboy. How'd you feel when your mom was in Playboy? Were you all right with that?
I was fine with that.
You didn't mind. She looked great, didn't she?
Amanda worked for Playboy for a while doing photographic assistance.
Right. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're quite the little catch. You got a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Well, if you marry him,
he's waiting for the chunk.
keep him away from your money.
Yeah,
Right.
Your mother's money, too.
But, Nancy, now that, you know, how are you setting up your estate?
I've already done a, what do you call it, a trust for my kids. Everything belongs to them already.
See? Now, that's a mother.
Good woman.
She's not going to make the same mistake her father made.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I'm very proud of you. I'm going to applaud you right now.
Thank you.
All right.
I was with Mark Roberts last night, so to say hello.
Who's that?
Mark Roberts.
Who is that?
He's a fight promoter.
Oh, tell him I said hi. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine.
He said he's been on your show.
I think he works with Shannon Briggs.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell him I said hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, Amanda, any plans for you to pose in Playboy now that your mother has done it?
Definitely not.
You will not do it?
No. No.
Oh, I see.
Howard, do you know Mel Karmazin? I'm sorry.
Yes, I do.
The subject. Could you introduce me to him?
Certainly.
Would you like a date?
What? No.
He is the president of CBS and a friend of mine. Why would you like to
Why
meet
do you
him?
want to meet Mel?
Because
He's single, by the way.
He is?
Yes, he
That's
is.
why she wants to meet him.
No. I know of a radio show that he should be syndicating, and I'd like to sort of talk to him
Ours?
about it.
Yeah.
Street court.
Right. Well, yes, I absolutely will.
Someday, could you do that?
Absolutely. Okay. I think the two of you would look great together.
What a power couple.
What a power couple. Nancy Sinatra and Mel Karmazin. What? Oh, I thought somebody said something. All right.
Fred.
Where's Fred?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hiding from Chuck.
All right, Chuck Zito, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Your new show sounds like a winner. This new show you're putting together, Street Justice, where you will be the judge. Street Court.
I'll handle it with Street Justice.
Right, and you will actually beat up people who misbehave in your court. I love it.
It'll happen.
Right. Mark Harris, anything you're going to be doing soon that you can promote?
Where are you appearing?
Riot Theater, May 13th. Gay Day at Caroline's, the end of June. And wait a minute, 3 weeks at Club Diana at the Bastille in Paris.
Good for you.
They'll chop my head off.
Yeah, it's just like the real Bastille. All right, and Nancy Sinatra, you're here just visiting your daughter.
And promoting Moving with Nancy, my 1967 Emmy-winning TV special coming out on DVD and video.
Yeah, I read about that.
And also on AMC on May 6th. It's beginning.
I remember that special.
Do you?
Do you know I wanted to have sex with you after I saw that special? Amanda, I'm sorry you have to hear this.
So why didn't you call me, Howard?
Why? How was I going to get... You know, that year I was still in high school, I think.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? I wanted
rules
you.
About that.
You know, your mother was my sex symbol? I used to pleasure myself to your mother's image.
My mother?
Mine.
Your mother.
She's talking to
Amanda's
Amanda.
mother.
Yeah, Amanda. Not your mother. Forget about your mother.
My grandma?
Yeah. Don't you think your mother should have got more money in the will?
My mother is...
Tell the truth.
So fabulous. And she's a wealthy woman. My dad took care of her
Really?
entire life.
He only left her $100,000 in the will, though.
But she put every dime away that she could over the years.
So she is wealthy.
She's doing very well.
All right.
Thank God.
Because she really loved your father.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
That's not, that's... I don't know how to feel about that in terms of should I be single for the rest of my life because my husband died. It's hard. I look at her as a role model. I'm not sure how to feel about it.
You get as much meat as you can, believe me. That's all I'm telling you.
Did she never date another guy?
Your mother never dated another man after Frank Sinatra. Is that true?
She went out on dates, sure, I remember, with very handsome guys when I was a kid.
She never had sex with them. Let's make that clear.
She didn't bring anybody home.
Right. She never
stayed out all night.
After Frank,
no.
There was nobody that could have filled her the way Frank did.
Oh, dear.
Let's be honest.
Amanda's here.
Amanda, it's about time Amanda learned all this. It's about time she got an education.
I've been listening for 6 years. I'm so used to this.
Yeah. She retired. Your grandmother retired. I mean this with all respect. She retired her vagina after Frank Sinatra, a great man.
I don't think of those two words together, grandma and vagina.
You don't? Well, let me tell you. Your grandmother did the right thing.
Howard does.
Right. Grandma and vagina, two words that always go together.
Vagina was everywhere.
That's right. No, your grandfather, Frank Sinatra, was supposed to be very big in the pants. Is that true, Nancy?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. You never saw your father naked?
Yeah, when I was a little girl.
And what did you say?
I don't.
You don't recall what you saw? You don't recall the size of Frank Sinatra's penis?
No.
You're one of the few people who can document it.
It was a boa.
Mark, how do you know?
I know.
No comment. But there's another question.
Cast. Yeah.
You bring up another question because Frank was notorious. While Nancy never married anybody else after Frank.
Yes.
Frank was notorious for moving around Hollywood and
he had the best
all women.
Oh, yeah. He sampled everyone. Wow. Ava Gardner. Who else? Mia Farrow.
That's just who he married. Juliet
Prowse.
Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall he had. He nailed her when she was Lauren Bacall.
Who's she now?
Am I right? Well, she's still Lauren Bacall, but you know what I mean.
An alien.
Who else, Nick?
Your father had the greatest women ever, right? He really did. And who can blame him? Why not? Why shouldn't he? What happened? Did I lose your microphone? I don't know.
He said something about he was friends with Marilyn Monroe.
I think Robin just blew out our microphone. I don't know. All right, anyway, I got to wrap it up. Robin, you're out of it. You're gone. I want to turn that microphone down. All right. Listen, I want to thank Chuck Zito for coming in.
Thank you.
I really do. I want to thank Mark Harris for coming in.
I want to thank you.
What a treat to have Nancy Sinatra and her daughter Amanda here.
Thank you.
It was an exciting day. And I will continue to fight that you get more money in the will, even though you can't say anything about it.
And that's just what they'll do. And someday soon these lips are gonna beat flap on all of you.
That's it, huh?
As one more verse. My big teeth are much bigger than a toilet. When I sleep, they hang right off the bed. People say my dentist ought to be arrested. My teeth and lack of brains, they strain my head. These lips were made for flapping. They're friggin' huge, it's true. And someday soon these lips are gonna flap on all of you.
That was fun having everybody here. Let's say hello to Stephen Baldwin, who's on the phone. Yes, Stephen. Stephen, I don't have much time for you, but I'd be happy to talk to you for a second.
Good morning. How are you?
Stephen Baldwin is...
Stephen, this is a very important show. We don't have time for you.
Yeah. We just don't have the time.
We have people like Nancy Sinatra on this show.
That's right. Who'd you bang last night?
Oh! So
this guy's out with women. This guy's out. He's married, you know.
What kind of marriage is this?
I don't know, but he's always out with... They had you in the paper, and you said you were very good friends with this woman, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you for all your nice comments about the Flintstones.
It's you're promoting this woman's career, huh?
Stephen was good in the Flintstones. Did a good job. I was skeptical. I didn't know if he'd be a good Barney Rubble, but he did a great job.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be a good movie. You tell me it's actually very good.
I thought it was good. I liked it, and my kid liked it.
The Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas. And let me tell you something. I mean, obviously, whenever I talk to you, you have no idea the number of people that come up to me on the street and go, I love you on Howard.
Right.
And so many guys came up to me and said, I would love Flintstones. So that was very, very sweet of you.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it because I was sweet. It was good.
No, but I mean, but that's great. That's still, it's nice.
If you do something good, we do mention it.
Yeah. Yeah, if that should happen, we mention it.
You coming to my mom's golf tournament?
Nope.
He doesn't play golf.
I don't play golf.
But you can come say hi, give her a kiss.
But isn't that the charity that they keep all the money for?
Yeah, you guys don't give any money to the charity itself.
They buy the apartment for his mom.
Yeah, I don't need to buy apartments for your mom.
What's it for this year? She needs canned goods?
Yeah, what is she getting this year? A summer home?
Yeah, why don't you guys shell out for the apartment?
SUV.
How are you, man? You know, I called you to get together with you, and that stupid number you gave me. Why would I get together with him? I missed him. I actually wanted to see him.
Really?
And I was calling him. I called him a couple of times. He has an L.A. cell phone number I call. I left messages, but nobody got back to me. I don't know how to get in touch with you.
Gary's got the number.
It was a weekend.
John has my direct cellular phone number, the number I'm calling you from now.
Why does Howard have the bad number? You give the good number to Stuttering John.
Dude.
Hey, Howard, the number that I gave you that you said you couldn't get him on?
Yeah.
I called him on Monday, and he picked up.
Nah, I called a couple of times. You didn't even get the message.
You didn't get a call from Howard, did you?
No, but of course, if I did, I immediately would have returned the call.
John, yeah, but Howard, you know what? I quickly got over it. Don't worry. I don't need to see you.
You know, it's Stephen. I was reading something about you the other day. You did an interview or something with E, and you told him that you'd love to have a sitcom. Is anybody approaching you about a sitcom?
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I just read for a guy a couple days ago in L.A., and I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah, he says he wishes he could get a sitcom because then he could stay at home, read the Daily News, and listen to the Howard Stern Show.
There you go.
That's exactly the truth.
Who was that broad you were out with the other night in the newspaper? What was it, a model?
A model?
A model.
No, it's not a model. A friend of mine, Peter Wilson, and I...
Yeah, Peter Wilson.
Oh, she's an actress.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she does La Femme Nikita.
So you're banging her.
She's a lot taller than you.
That doesn't stop him. Are you banging her? Tell the truth, man.
Are you out of your mind?
No.
He's not going to tell you the truth. That's
right. All right. All right, tell me off the air.
Just wink.
How you meet a piece of ass like that?
So...
How'd you meet a piece of ass like that?
Oh, no. I've known her around, and I know her boyfriend for a long, long time.
Oh, so you couldn't possibly be having sex with her. She has a boyfriend.
I did a movie with her and Ellen Barkin.
You were in that movie where they kissed?
Yeah, the movie called Mercy. I did a little movie with those guys. That's how I know.
Yeah, she's
cute. Howard,
so what were you doing out with her?
May 15th.
You know what he said? And he goes, yeah, we're just friends.
Why isn't he ever out with his wife?
Yeah, why are you never out with your wife?
I'm out with my wife all the time.
Sure.
We all flew to L.A. for the Flintstones premiere.
No one ever sees her.
It's always in the paper.
Well, because my wife's a very private person. She likes to, just be with my family. And when I come home, we're home. And we just try to live a very quiet, personal lifestyle.
You better start going out with her.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Could lead to disaster. You and Giuliani seem to be up to the same thing.
It could be very bad.
This guy, and I don't know. Hey, listen, God bless you. Stephen, you did a good job in the Flintstones. I got to move along.
One more thing.
Yes?
The golf tournament is May 15th at the Fresh Meadows Golf Course, and a company called FreeRide.com is sponsoring the whole thing. They're terrific. Got to say thank you to them.
John, you're on the air with Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, douchebag. I just want to say, if you're still hawking that golf tournament, we all know what a scam it is. And furthermore, I worked as a page on your movie, you prima donna. Barney Rubble, that's a real stretch, you thespian.
Why are you putting him down? He did a good job.
He's a loser. He's
He's not a loser. He did a good job on the movie. Come on, give him his respect.
It's a real stretch, Stephen. Don't hurt yourself reaching for the stars there, buddy, playing Barney Rubble.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
What a waste of space.
By the way, I don't know if you recognize, this is Billy Baldwin.
I'll see you at the golf tournament, pal, so you can steal some more money.
Oh, come on. That's unfair, and you know that.
You know what you can do for me at the golf tournament, pal? You can lick my balls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll see about that, Junior. Why don't you try to get them past the ladies' tees?
Howard?
Yes?
Maureen, you're on with Stephen Baldwin, the star of the Flintstones.
Hey, Stephen. How you doing?
Hey, Maureen.
Did you reopen your restaurant?
Yeah, it's got a new name. Luan is the new name.
Luan? I saw some interesting names on the internet of people, what they were guessing your name would be. The name of your restaurant.
No, Luhan. It's
what were they saying the name should be?
I think that's how you spell it.
You think that's how you spell it?
Steven, you ought to get a little involved if you're going to say it's your restaurant.
All right, Steven, listen, good luck with the Flintstones. I recommend it. It's a good family picture.
Thank you so much.
And you did a nice job with it.
I'd love to see you at the golf tournament, kid.
All right, I'm going to try and get there. Do all the Baldwin brothers get equal share of the golf money?
No, but, but if everybody goes to freeride.com, they can learn about the golf tournament, and if you call 631-444-4300,
all right,
you can get all the information. Howard, listen, seriously?
Yes.
Thanks for all the sweet things you said
well,
about the movie. That was very cool.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He's a nice guy. Stephen Baldwin. Look. Why not? Hey, Stephen, use a condom when you're with those broads.
He apparently is. I haven't heard anything. Have you?
No, I haven't. You want to do some news, and then we can...
I can't do it here.
Why?
Because I need my notes.
Well, you got to go get them. See if the microphone works now.
All right.
All right. You need your tools.
And it's very weird working here. These headphones sound very strange.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Scott, you got that working? Oh, he does. All right. Here comes Robin's news.
Let's see. Ah, there.
The microphone is fixed. We can do the news. I can try it.
Do you ever think about your own death? I think about Jackie's death.
Right.
Who doesn't?
No, I think about it. Sometimes I think I always thought when I was looking I would die in a car crash.
Really?
Always. I always had that sort of reoccurring theme in my thoughts. And I would die in a car crash.
But do you think about, like...
Did you ever see Ronnie Drive? I'm pretty sure it's going to come true.
You may have good reason for that.
Yeah.
But, how are you going to have your body taken care of? Who's going to... Now I'm thinking about, oh, my God, what undertaker is going to take care of my body?
Well... if you're really worried about it, I'll take care of it.
I'm not dying.
I know I'm going to be raped. I know it. I know some goofy undertaker's going to have his assistant in there, and at night they're going to say, hey, he thought he was such a big shot? You're going to flip me over and rape me.
His assistant will be Mark.
I just know that's going to happen.
Oh, and it's my turn.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking about now. Like, who gets the body?
Well, if you're really worried about it, make a will where you have a bodyguard assigned to your body.
You know what's going to happen to you?
They could be in cahoots.
No.
Who are you going to trust?
We were just in the E-room talking. I know exactly what's going to happen to you. We'll finally get to see the size of your penis.
Right, and it's small, and everyone will be laughing.
You'll have a viewing of your penis?
It'll be all over the internet.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is make a provision where my nude body will be immediately put in the ground.
How immediate? Like an hour after
like an hour after I die.
Somebody has to be involved, though. See, that's the problem.
The state law, there's laws.
John F. Kennedy Jr. they say they rushed that kid right into the furnace. And I don't know how they did it. There was no autopsy practically.
But they, he was down at the bottom of the sea.
Whatever.
And Ted was there when they fished him out, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So somebody was watching all the time.
I'm digging the hole today, so all you got to do is push me in it when I'm gone.
It actually sounds like
with my clothes on.
Ted was the bodyguard.
So I do wonder about it. Like, you're going to be so disrespected, lying there naked on a
like
slab.
Mussolini.
Oh, that's a horrible picture.
Right. Well, so what are you going to do about it?
I don't know.
I
don't know. But
is that really news?
No, because I was thinking about the Cardinal. The Cardinal died, and I'm looking at a bunch of guys carrying his body down the steps, So.
And they're going to party with that body forever. You know that.
The parade's already starting.
They say that Monday is going to be the final big party.
Yeah.
But they'll have masses all weekend.
Yeah.
There's memorial services all weekend. There's already helicopters flying all over Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big to-do. But, the greatest thing about this is we get to see the various outfits. It's like a fashion show.
They're going to dress them up.
In newspaper today with all the old pictures.
Yes.
And I never realized that under some of his outfits, he wore a crinoline.
What's that?
Like a slip, like a little doily kind of thing. And I'm looking at this going, wow, these things were really complicated he had to get into.
I think a lot of guys who never get married, who, in the church like wearing a slip. They do. I'm just saying, I think that's something they enjoy.
These were complicated outfits. It wasn't just a robe over a pair of pants. So, there were laces.
He was hot in his day.
All kinds of things. Well, they do have a whole retrospective. Did you see some of the pictures of him as a young boy? And then with him giving his mitre to an altar boy?
Yes.
What's a mitre?
I don't know.
A big, long stick. No, mitre's the thing they point to the Torah with, isn't it?
I think there's no Torahs in church.
Oh, you're kidding. Thanks for pointing to that.
Tofu.
So anyway, Cardinal...
Was he prom queen or cardinal?
Cardinal O'Connor dead at the age of 80.
All right.
And it was the brain cancer that got him. Oh. How did he spend his final days?
With my Jackie tapes.
Here is the Archdiocese spokesman, Joseph Zwilling. Number one.
So he's going to tell us how the guy spends his last couple of days.
Yeah, what it was like.
All right, I'm curious to hear that. I really am. I'd like to know what he did. I hope he got laid.
It's very difficult to think that he'll no longer be with us, no longer be able to speak to him, to learn from him.
Learn.
Yeah, they say that he was surrounded by his family and friends. His sister was there, and a bunch of priests.
I wonder if he ever had a girlfriend his entire life.
And they spent the last days in prayer. It seems that he knew pretty early that this was what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I don't know what comes to you that tells you this is what you want to do.
He knows he's going to replace him, Regis.
Here is Joe Zwilling again, number 12. He says the Cardinal was an inspiration to us all.
To all? Not to me, he wasn't.
The Cardinal united his own illness and suffering of these past 8 months with the suffering of Christ, and always accepted the changes in his condition with great faith in God and in his mercy and gentle goodness.
Well, I told you that the Cardinal had been very mean to gay people, I feel. I think it was an opportunity for him to embrace all people. I remember in the 80s that there was right next to the church, not very far away, they tried to set up an AIDS hospice, and he fought very hard against it. And then later on, in revisionist history, they're saying he was friendly even to AIDS victims. But
well, let's let Jeff Stone, who's a gay activist in New York, have a say. Number 11.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's right.
There was a lot of tension because the Cardinal was a leading opponent of the New York City human rights law, which gave gay people civil rights in the city for the first time.
Right. He was an opponent of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Christian. What are you opposing that? It's a hateful thing, and it was an opportunity for him to maybe even
open people's minds.
Right.
And he stood against it. Here he is, in his own words. He, I guess, was giving an interview and had this to say.
Sometimes people are hurt, and there's nothing I can do about it. For some, it's a hard teaching. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'm always deeply regretful when I think to myself afterward, you didn't have to say it that way.
Well, I always found him kind of scary.
Yeah, kind of a very old thinker.
Yep.
And here he is in a recent interview saying that leading the New York Catholic community was a pleasure.
What number?
Number 2.
I'll tell you who's a good guy is the Pope. Him I like.
I'm very happy to have been the Archbishop of New York. It's an enormously privileged job. When the time comes that I leave the job, I'll be singing thanks for the memories.
All right.
So that's what he's saying now. I wonder if right now he knows about the hereafter. I would love to talk to him.
What do you think? Religion's a business.
Where do you think he is?
I provided him with work while he was alive. And you know where he is right now? He's nowhere.
He's in that box.
Yeah. He's in a box. I hate to say it. I know people want to believe in the hereafter. They want to believe in a fairy tale, but, it doesn't exist. Just doesn't. I know it. I know a lot of things. Don't ask me how.
You're saying you like the Pope?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I feel the Pope is, his early history as a young man, he did some noble things. And he was an open-minded kind of pope, for what he was, a pope. And you know what he did. He was carrying people on his back during, World War II and crap. And, he did some brave things. He also apologized for the church's role in the Holocaust, which I don't think was any easy thing to do. I also think he reaches out to a lot of people. I think he's a good guy. I don't think he's terrible. Listen, he's got his faults, too.
Cardinal O'Connor was his main dude. He said, I wish I had 100 more like him.
I know. Well, he didn't, thank God.
So that gives me pause. It's very... I always thought the Cardinal would outlive the Pope. Yeah. Little did I know.
What else is in the news, Robin?
There's a new video game that's soon to be released. It's called...
Find Fred.
No. Panty Raider.
Who's got that kind of stuff?
From Here to Immaturity. Due to be released by Simon & Schuster Interactive later this month. What happens in this game is the goal is to strip supermodels down to their underwear.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's the game. And they say women's groups are up in arms about this. In the game, women are treated like trash so that young boys and men who play this will learn that women don't deserve respect or that it's a perfectly respectable goal in life to strip women to their underwear.
You know who invented this game? Did you read this?
No.
Stephen Baldwin.
Oh, stop it.
I'm not kidding. He's behind it.
You mean the guy who plays Barney Rubble?
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, thanks for all the nice words. Thanks for all the nice words, man.
In the game, Earth will be destroyed by aliens unless the players successfully strip the supermodels down to their underwears.
I love it.
In a certain amount of time. So they say these are obscenely large-breasted women with zero waists, and it just subjects women to more objectification, according to these groups. The game is designed for an adult male audience, according to the people who make it, and it was never directly intended for kids, so they're not worrying about warping any fertile minds. But that's the game, Panty Raider. Also in the news, school...
how do you feel? I'm going to ask you about this. All right, because I'm on this website, and my kids love this website. Napster.com, Napster.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, you told me about it.
And Napster is a website where you go on and you download a program, and you can virtually get any song that you want for free.
Right. On
MP3. And the quality is fantastic. It's CD quality.
It's digital, yeah.
Right. Now, Metallica, the band, is now suing Napster and the people on Napster who trade the Metallica CDs.
Yes.
And I want to know how you feel about it, because here's the deal. What Napster is saying is, look, our program is merely a place where people swap CDs. We don't own any of the CDs. We're not the ones swapping it.
You know that's
Hold it, don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. I'm going to give you both sides of the argument. They're saying we have servers where you can basically trade. They go, what is the difference
you got between a song, you put it on.
What is the difference between you, Robin Quivers, buying a CD and giving it to your friend to record?
I'd never do that.
Well, I think you would. What is the difference between... I'm going to give you both... Excuse me. I'm going to give you both sides of the argument. So that's Napster's argument. Metallica is saying, look, you're making it easy for the public to get our music, to download it for free.
You're not making it easy. You're taking the product we worked hard to create. You're taking the fan base we worked hard to create, and you are giving them the product we use to make our living for free.
Now, I know my daughter...
You are infringing on our copyright, is what they're saying.
Yeah, and all the new music is on there. But I mean, I can see why the record companies are freaking out. I think it is the greatest, most fun to go on there and download stuff. But at the same point, I could see why a record company would hate it.
But who's to say that it's only to be used for MP3s? It's a server that you can use to trade anything. It could be photo files. It could be notes. It could be anything.
And as long as it's not bothering if somebody wants to give you something of theirs for free, that's one thing. But you can't take something of mine and give it away to somebody.
But Napster's not doing that. People on Napster are doing it.
The same thing is happening.
But I'm saying, in other words,
product is being given away.
We set up a network for people. What they do on this network, we don't know.
In other words, if somebody plans a crime on the telephone, is the telephone company at fault?
Right.
If they know about it and don't do anything about it, yes.
Yeah. I suggest that Napster does know what's going on. I suggest that the program is developed so people can swap music.
You just told them. If they didn't know before, they know now.
And the other thing,
Howard, you think that Napster is making money? You think?
No, I don't think they are at all.
You sure the people that are running now, if this is profitable for them, then
the only way it's going to be profitable is down the road somewhere if they start charging money for Napster.
No.
Yes.
If it's a website, all they have to do is put advertising on the website.
But they don't have any advertising.
But they could. That's how they could.
Right, but I'm saying right now they're not making any money.
Once it comes to rage.
The kid,
a 19-year-old kid developed this.
He hired a big New York City publicity firm. They don't come cheap. So where's that money coming from?
Where's the money coming from?
Don't know. But where's the money coming from any of these websites? Right. None of them make money.
But here's a question. If I think there's a law, in other words, if I want to get the Metallica CD and lend it to you guys to make copies of it, I can't make 1,000 copies of it.
Right.
There is some sort of regulation.
You can't just give it to everybody.
Right. It's a lot harder. But yet it's the same principle if you think about it legally. It's nothing. There's nothing going on Napster that isn't going on at home. Hey, I have a CD. I want you to hear it. Here, you listen to it.
Yes, but you know that's because the law hasn't caught up with new technology.
Right.
You could, as Baba Booey said, you couldn't just give it to everybody. So, like, one person would have to buy a CD.
Oh, there's the controversy. So Metallica is suing Napster and suing the fans.
300,000 fans are named in a 60,000-page lawsuit.
Right.
Oh, my God.
And they feel very funny about this. They say, here we are. Now we're fighting our fans.
And
we don't feel good about it.
And the fans are pissed.
And they bring up the fact that Metallica built their fan base by giving away things at the beginning of their career.
That was their prerogative.
That was their prerogative.
Right.
That's the whole point.
That was their prerogative.
If you want to give it away, that's your business. But you can't have somebody else giving your stuff away.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know that... like Rob said to me, the record companies are so rich, they shouldn't care.
That's not the point.
I said, look, you know how many artists that they put money into that don't make a penny for them? I said, if a Metallica hits, that's when you want to make your money.
One day I should just bring you in, Howard, the stack of CDs that you get in a month, and ask you if you've ever heard of any of them. There's hundreds of bands.
I know. And who's buying all the CDs? Our kids.
What is it, Ralph?
Dude, this Napster is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, of course it is.
Not because you can steal music or something like that, but you can find music.
Right, but so it makes your life easier, but it doesn't make it legal.
You can find music.
Yeah, but
you can't find music in a record store.
He's saying, in other words, a song that you can't find might be on Napster.
Yeah, but you're stealing the song.
Right.
Would you pay for the service, right?
Yeah, but all right, perfect example. Here's a perfect example, okay?
Yeah.
I was thinking about a Queen song, right?
Of course.
This is great. Any song that pops, all right, it's here.
Yes.
Any song, like a song pops in my head, you go on and it's there. But I looked for this Queen song, and I liked it. And I was like, Queen's really good. And I went out and I bought a CD of the Queen's greatest hits. I never would have bought that.
Why don't you just download the whole album?
Because I'm on a 56K modem.
Right.
Takes too
That's the only reason.
And also,
That's the only reason.
They haven't put up whole albums yet. They're only putting up songs one at a time.
Right.
But there's also a lot of bootleg songs on there.
Ralph, you understand.
They're only putting up songs one at a time. They know what's happening.
You understand that it's...
Listen, I understand, but everything is different now with the Internet. Public records, things that were of public record that people, couldn't get to because they couldn't.
No, but if you were an artist and you put out a record...
Yeah.
I'm talking about you. And you were, it's a 1,000,000,000 to 1 shot. You finally struggled all those years, and then all of a sudden your record hits. Don't you want to get paid for it? I know I would.
Well, Howard, what's going on, the way it's working is
I would be furious if my record wasn't being bought.
And also,
the new
in 2 years, it's going to be movies.
The new artists are for Napster because they need to get their music out. If they can't get it on the radio, it's the established artists like Metallica who are losing their money.
And why is Metallica whining? I mean, how much more money do they need?
Because it's their money.
That's not how you look at it.
Come on, how much money could they...
Had anything that somebody wanted.
Spend their money. Communist.
Well, Ralph, you've never developed anything that anyone wanted. Robin's right.
That's why he gripes like this, because he has nothing anybody wants.
He has no intellectual property.
How can you decide how much money they have and what's enough?
Well, because I think when CDs came out about 10 years ago, the record company said it was new technology and they were going to cost like $20 to do, and they would come down to like the price of cassettes and stuff. Never happened.
They did. They're $9.99. That's what the price of cassettes were around 10 years ago.
No, the CDs aren't $9.99. Where are you buying them?
Well, you can get the top 50 at any major record store generally for around $9.99.
No, they're like $17.
Have you ever heard of inflation?
It's still like $17 now.
No, listen.
Buying CDs.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are we discussing economics with Ralph?
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter what they cost.
Yeah, oh, why? Because I'm too stupid, Robin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm smarter
Ralph,
than you.
I
know you're an idiot.
Ralph got robbed. If Ralph got robbed, he'd feel sorry for the robbers.
Absolutely.
Is what he's saying.
Shouldn't he be calling David Spade?
I can understand. I can understand their
point. Now and take whatever you
Ralph,
want.
if you have more money than the guy robbing
Listen.
Listen, let me ask you something. Let's say I have television shows, okay, and I own them. And I said, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to hold on to them, and I'll release them to the public when I'm ready. And then some guy goes on the Internet and puts them out there for free. I don't care how much money I have. That's something that I was building toward my future. Why would I? And that's something that I worked hard on, and I had to pay people to develop. Who are you to tell me that I have enough money?
Yeah, but this is it now.
Or Metallica has enough money.
I'm sharing a song with you. Should I be sued if I let you borrow a CD and you tape it?
Well, you're not sharing a song with Howard. You're sharing a song with hundreds of thousands of people who are on
where do you draw the line?
Well,
one people or two people I can share it
because there is a line drawn. You cannot go out and take a CD of Metallica's, buy it, and you can't make 1,000 copies and give them away.
That's right.
That's illegal.
Yep.
What's the number, Gary?
I don't know. I think it's like 10. I think there is some number.
It's like if you had a store on the corner. That's the difference.
Yeah, the point is that this is one big store. Listen, I love Napster.
You can't even continually invite people over to your house to watch a video of a movie.
All I know is I got like 56 songs in my library.
You know what? It's very tough, Howard.
Enjoy them.
I am in love.
Meanwhile, my kids have like 250.
I'm being sued, or did you say?
Hopefully.
He could be if you have Metallica
Howard,
song
can I ask you a
downloaded.
question? How do they get the names of the people they're suing? Do you have to?
Because you go on Napster and you could just pull up Metallica and all the people's names are there.
Right.
Let me just.
Do you think they're going to win, Howard?
Yeah.
Let me just say one important thing.
Yes, I do.
Do you think Metallica's going to win against the fans?
No. I think Metallica's going to win against Napster.
I think they're going to leave the fans alone. I think they just threw that in to make a point.
Just to scare them. Hey, Howard, you know what's great about Napster, too? There's a chat thing on there, too. So if you're looking for a song and you're not sure what it is, you just go into a room and you ask somebody.
Yeah, right.
And it's narrowed down to like
a wonderful program.
80s music.
That's fine. It's just that you can't give people's property away.
Robin, Saturday's the best day to do it because a lot of people are online.
Have you used it, Robin?
No.
Because it's I know it's wrong.
Steal.
I know it's wrong. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing.
And you say this guy's not making money, but he could sell this website for God knows how much, and then the person who buys it could put on the advertising.
He's developing the technology to do that. So only who would buy it now that there's a lawsuit against him?
No one. All right, thank you, Ralph.
I'll buy it.
Right.
Yeah, with what?
Yeah, you'll be able to afford it pretty soon.
Will Pendarvis is out there. He has insight into this, but I don't think he has any more insight than we do.
No. This guy knows everything about.
What does he know? Let me hear.
Bring him in.
Will, of course, Will's on the afternoons here at our radio station.
Howard, he doesn't shift at 2 o'clock. He's here at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, he has no life.
One word.
On the computer.
Kids.
No, all I got to say is Metallica is not suing their fans. They used that list of 60,000 fans to show how many people had downloaded their music for free.
Right. No, they've also named them in the lawsuit.
Well, but they had an online chat on Tuesday, and they made it very clear in their chat that they are not suing their fans.
Well, they are named in the lawsuit. I don't care what they're saying.
All right. The second thing is I don't know how Napster is making their money, but they're also sponsoring the Limp Bizkit tour, which is a free tour. Right. And I think they put like $2 million into this tour.
So there's money.
So there's money floating around from somebody.
Oh, the Internet is a curiosity to me. There's so much money on the Internet, and nobody's making a penny.
Hey, Howard, how is Napster making money, though?
It isn't.
There's no ads or anything.
No, I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's not about making money now. See,
Well, where are you going?
Understand.
Gonna go prepare for your show? Dude, what time do you go on the air?
What now?
What time do you go on the air?
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Why are you here at 9 in the morning?
I'm learning stuff like this.
Okay, here's what he's got to do. I think he's got to go visit our program director at some point and run by things he was going to talk about in the show.
Every day?
He's got to read the paper.
Now, here's the deal. I do have a meeting with our program director every day, right? But
he does ask you what you're going to talk about.
But, it takes like 6 hours of waiting around to talk to him for 5 minutes.
Is it really that complicated?
Howard, he's on the computer.
Is it really that complicated?
No, I'm goofing off, Howard. I'm goofing off, and that's the bottom line.
Why, you just don't want to be home?
Remember
BB? Hey, Will, stop doing shit.
Yeah.
This is BB.
Yeah.
No, he says he goes on to learn more about each band.
We worked all day with this guy, BB, over at NBC. And BB, was a disc jockey like yourself. All BB ever did was say, I am BB. He just played the same songs over and over again. And BB would be there 24 hours a day.
He followed us at 7 o'clock at night when his shift started. Yeah. He was there before I got in at noon.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the truth. Well, and be honest, Will. He drops the kids off at school at like 9 in the morning.
Right.
Then he says, "What am I going to do for the next 4 hours?"
I get up early.
I said, "How about go home?" He goes, "And do what?"
What are you doing home?
Do you like just hang out and do stuff?
Good old married life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're married, right?
Go to the gym.
I enjoy the company of the people that work at the radio station.
He sits in the jock lounge and works the computer. He doesn't hang around with anybody.
What do you do on the computer?
I'm going to kick Stuttering John's ass live on the air.
Do it.
The other thing he's got going for him that's really cool is, I think his wife's European, so she takes these month-long vacations with the kids. So he's got like a month with nothing to do.
That's great.
Thanks for exposing my personal life, guys.
Lucky guy.
And what are you learning about bands on the computer? They all have long hair, they all play an instrument, and they all couldn't get laid in high school. There's all information.
No, if somebody calls me and asks me about what's going on with a band, I'll be able to talk to them intelligently. The music is my life. I like to know about it. I like to know what's going on.
All right.
More than going home and saying I was what? I'm not going to defend myself for working anymore.
Dude, why don't you go outside a little, get some fresh air? You look a little pale.
10 to 2 weeks. 10 to 2 is when he has a cigarette right before his 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I watch him.
Hey, Will, you should get single and go have some fun.
All right. Like everybody else, I know.
Be on Napster with Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph's on Napster all day.
You guys are having a blast, aren't you? All right.
I'm chatting with other people.
Hey, Saturday's the best day.
Well, you do a lot of research on these bands. What is Liam Gallagher's favorite color?
Howard.
From Oasis.
He couldn't tell you all the members of Metallica.
You can't?
No, because I always had him on my show going, well, if you know so much, tell me what...
There's Lars.
Yeah, there's Lars, and there's Jason, there's James, and Kirk.
All right.
And of course, also
he learned
Cliff, who died in the bus accident. Thank you!
Yeah, finally.
What was the name of the guy who died in the bus?
Cliff.
What was the guy? Cliff?
Yeah.
What year was the bus accident?
Oh, no.
Loser. Name a member of Limp Bizkit besides Fred Durst.
Wes.
Jesus.
Wow.
Besides Wes.
This is not Quiz Will Jarvis Day.
Besides Wes, who else?
He's sweating. DJ Lethal.
Made that up. We could throw.
Yeah, who knows?
We don't even know the answer.
You guys don't even know the answer.
Well, you should.
We're not here all day.
And I do.
You're studying on the computer all day.
All right. I'm going. I won the contest.
Where are you going? Are you going to go study?
I'm going to go chat about Star Trek.
Name 3 members of Blink.
No, I'm leaving.
No, did he win that music contest?
When Dave Herman used to work here, he's another guy who couldn't wait to get out of the house.
He was on the computer, too.
Yeah, because he just got divorced for like the 3rd time.
Right.
So he was.
I swear
this
to
is
God.
one step. This is one step before divorce. He was on the computer here all the time too, and I'd say, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm answering fan mail, and I go on. You know what he was doing? He was playing baseball. Rotisserie baseball.
I swear to God, I will not come in before 1:30 ever again.
That's all right with me, dude. You want to get out of the house? Go ahead, but
and I think the other.
Let's call a spade a spade. You're out there trying to avoid your family.
Julie has a shift before him.
I know.
Wow.
Take care, Will. I'll hang with you, man. I got nothing to do.